Have you ever noticed how Olympic athletes approach their training? They don't just practice whenever inspiration strikes. They don't wait until they feel like it. They have structured, consistent routines they follow religiously, day in and day out, even on their rest day. The same principle applies to marketing your business. Yet so many entrepreneurs treat their marketing like a last-minute school assignment, cramming when a deadline looms, and then letting it slip entirely for weeks or months. Today, we're diving into how to build powerful marketing routines that become as automatic as brushing your teeth. Because when marketing becomes a habit rather than a burden, that's when the true business growth happens on autopilot. When I started my consulting business, my marketing was erratic at best. I'd have bursts of energy where I'd create content, reach out to prospects, and engage on social media. And then weeks would go by with nothing. My results were just as inconsistent as my efforts. The turning point came when I realized something crucial. Our brains are wired to automate as much as possible. Think about how you learned to tie your shoes. At first, it required intense concentration. Remember that? Now you could do it blindfolded while having a conversation. That's the power of habit formation, and it's vastly underutilized in marketing. Let me share something that happened recently. I was having dinner with a group of consultants, all brilliant at what they do. The conversation turned to marketing, and nearly everyone at the table confessed to the same pattern. They only marketed when client work was slow. And when they got busy with clients, marketing stopped entirely. Then when those projects ended, they'd find themselves scrambling in panic mode, looking for new business. It's like only drinking water when you're already dehydrated instead of staying hydrated consistently. This feast or famine cycle is exhausting and unnecessary. Let's break it down into what we know about habit formation. Every habit follows a simple 3-part loop. Okay, this is all stuff I've learned from James Clear and Charles Duhigg. The first part is the cue or the stimulus, the trigger that initiates the behavior. The second part is the routine, the behavior itself. And the third part is the reward, the benefit you get from doing the behavior. Okay, so let's apply this from habits to marketing. Most people try to change their marketing by focusing only on the routine. I should post more content, or I need to send more emails. But they neglect the cue and the reward, which is why their efforts fizzle out. Here's how we transform this. Instead of vague marketing goals, establish specific triggers that automatically initiate your marketing activities. For example, when you finish your morning coffee, that's the cue. You spend 15 minutes engaging with potential clients on LinkedIn. That's the routine, which gives you the satisfaction of expanding your network. That's the reward. Another example, when a notification shows someone new followed you, that's the cue. You check their profile and send a personalized message. That's the routine, giving you the feeling of building meaningful relationships. That's the reward. Here's another example. When you help a client solve a problem, that's the cue. You write down the solution as a potential case study. That's the routine. And the reward is that you're building your library of success stories. The beauty of this approach is that it removes decision fatigue. You're not constantly deciding whether or not to market, what to do. It simply becomes something you automatically do in response to specific triggers. Many people will push back and say, I don't have time for this. Well, great. Hire a VA to help you and then delegate it. But set up a solid process now so you have something to delegate to them. Now, let's get tactical. I'm going to give you 5 marketing routines as examples that you can adapt to your business. The first is the morning visibility routine. The cue is after you have your first cup of coffee or tea, the routine is you spend 20 minutes engaging with your ideal client's content on social media. commenting thoughtfully, sharing valuable insights, answering questions. And the reward is the satisfaction of seeing your network grow and positioning yourself as helpful and knowledgeable. The second example, the content creation system. The cue is every Wednesday at 10 a.m. you put up a calendar reminder. The routine is you write one piece of content that addresses a specific problem your clients face. And the reward is you add the piece to your content vault and watch it grow from empty to robust. The third example, the relationship nurturing habit. The cue, when LinkedIn notifies you of a connection's work anniversary or a job change. The routine, you send a personalized message that's relevant to their achievement. The reward, you're deepening connections and often receiving heartfelt, appreciative responses. The fourth example, the testimonial collection protocol. The cue, when you deliver the final component of a client project. The routine, you send a specific structured request for feedback, highlighting the results achieved. The reward, you're building a library of social proof that makes future sales easier. The fifth example, the analytics check-in. The cue, the first Monday of every month. The routine, review your content performance and engagement metrics. Identify what's working. The reward, the clarity of knowing what's resonating with your audience and what to do more of. The key to making these routines stick is to start small. Don't try to implement all 5 at once. Choose one, master it until it becomes automatic, and then add another. What makes this approach powerful is that it aligns with how your brain naturally works. Rather than fighting your brain's desire to automate behaviors, you're leveraging it. Here's another example. A colleague of mine that's in a mastermind with me is a financial consultant. She implemented a simple routine. Every time she read an interesting article about market trends, that's the cue, she would write 3 bullet points about how it might affect her clients and post it. That's the routine. And then she would feel the satisfaction of being ahead of the game in her industry and being valuable to her network. That's the reward. After about 6 months of doing this, she told me that she was able to repurpose about 95% of it into new formats, social posts, and client presentations. Her pipeline was growing with prospects who saw her as consistently insightful. And the best part, it never felt like marketing to her. It just felt like a natural extension of the work she was already doing. So here's some key takeaways. There's 4 principles I want you to remember as you build your marketing routines. The first is focus on the complete habit loop. Don't just think about what marketing activities to do. Identify specific triggers and meaningful rewards. The second, design for consistency, not for intensity. A 15-minute daily routine will outperform an occasional 8-hour marketing marathon. Third, link new marketing habits to existing behaviors. If you already check your phone first thing in the office, then use that cue for a quick marketing activity. And fourth, make your rewards immediate and satisfying. Don't wait for new clients to validate your efforts. Find satisfaction in the process itself, whether it's watching your content library grow or feeling that you're building more meaningful relationships. Remember, your business results in 6 months from now will be the lagging indicators of the habits you implement today. The sooner you establish these routines, the sooner you'll see the compounding effect on your business growth. Marketing doesn't have to be something you scramble to do when business is slow. By transforming it into automatic routines triggered by specific cues, you can ensure consistent growth while freeing your mental energy for what you do best, serving your clients. Next time you find yourself wondering where your next client will come from, remember, the answer isn't in working harder. It's in building better systems. Marketing routines are the difference between constantly chasing business and having business naturally flow to you. I'm Melissa Marchand, helping accomplished professionals build consulting businesses they love. If you know someone who wants to reach new clients, please share this episode.